Hi, folks. You who are watching and listening to another edition of Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media. All of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California in the armpit of the San Gabriel Valley. That gentleman out there is
Skip Falconer in Los Angeles, California.
Skip. You and I have been through the Equanimity Tequila Gauntlet.
Oh, yes, we have been.
Yeah, and you know what? We love the Blanco and Reposado. It's actually a very solid tequila. This one, and if you notice all the reviews, they came in colored bottles, okay? This one is like a smoked glass. It's like it's almost it's not you know, I've seen mezcals that come in a smoked glass bottle like this. It's black.
I think it's black, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna call it smoke, like a really
Smoke.
dark
Yeah.
smoked, because you can't, you know, it's not opaque, so you can see the liquid in there. Because if it were opaque, it would be like a ceramic bottle or something like that. So
Oh, you can see the liquid in here?
yeah, well, on my ring light, I can see it. Yeah, but I mean, you really got to have a high intensity light to be able to see it. And
Oh, okay.
even my ring light looks yellow through it.
When I lift it up to my light, yes, you're right.
So
You,
I broke the seal off of mine like two samples ago. So I'm gonna now again, this is a really tight synthetic cork, but it's got a flat knob to it, a flat lid, so it's very easy to pull right off. It's light. I think it's a composite wood. It looks like wood. It looks a little bit like a bamboo flooring. You know, it's got the lines going through it. Very cool. Very nice. Like
very nice. Very nice.
so I'm gonna pour mine. This is the Añejo. I'm gonna pour mine in a Glencairn. If I don't pour it on myself.
Of course, I'm pouring mine in Glencairn.
Now the Reposado was surprisingly light in color. This one, this one's got some color to it.
It has a nice color to it.
How many months did you say it was aged?
1 year in bourbon barrels, white oak.
So bourbon barrels was what they used for the Reposado, and you could taste the bourbon. It didn't. It finished a little bit. I don't want to say dry, but it finished like a hot cinnamon on the way down, which was that
Mm.
bourbon aspect, the bourbon qualities that were the barrel was imparting. Very enjoyable. I thought it was very food forward. So
Yes.
I'm anxious to see what this añejo is going to do because I was surprised how light the reposado was. But the repo, you know, Skip pointed out the reposado was only 3 months aged, so it was just dark enough to round out the edges. This was a much prettier color. This one's what I expected to see. It's you know it's a gold color,
Yeah, it is.
kind of like a whiskey or well, even some bourbons. Bourbons may be darker, but
It's
more
very,
more of the whiskey like, and great legs and tears too.
yeah, and they're forming a little quicker than the other two.
Yeah, the Blanco took forever. The Blanco took forever.
Yeah,
This this
these
one's got this
nice.
one's nice and thick though.
Yeah, seems like it's gonna coat the palate. Very
Yep,
nice.
and that's okay. That's its job. It's supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice legs and tears, streaming like Netflix, as I like to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. Nice golden color. I got no problems with you know with what with the way it looks. The visual is gorgeous. The appearance, the transparency. It's even bright. I mean, it's a bright gold color.
Yeah.
The Repo was pale, maybe more pale than I'm used to seeing. But then again, you know, you see pale like that in G4 because you know G4 he uses you know Felipe Camarena uses these beat up barrels, right? Because that's what he looks for. So so there's that.
What are we getting on the nose?
I haven't nosed it yet. I'm gonna right now. I was just filling out my. I'm hesitating whether I should share this or not with you folks, but I might. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much time I got. Oh, that's pleasant.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like that's ripe fruit. That's like apricots and plums,
Plums. Yeah,
peaches. It's like peaches.
I don't get the peach.
Well, if you're getting apricots, you can get, a little bit of peach because the peaches are, unless they're
Oh
super
yeah,
ripe.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There there is some peach in there.
I think it leans more toward peach than apricot. Apricot's a bit lighter. This is wow, that just opened up my eyes. It's like, holy cow. What we found is that each expression that we opened up, and we just broke the seal off of these, not, right off camera. And we just received these like last week. I mean, by
Yeah,
the time you folks see this, it could be like a month down the road. But so they haven't been on our, haven't been sitting around for very long, but they evolve. The aromas evolve in the glass. So I'm going to tell you right now, folks, spend some time on the nose. Otherwise, you're going to miss a lot of the complexity of the aromas. Because if you don't do the aromas first, then sometimes on the flavor, you'll miss some of that, or you'll know the natural progression. It'll make more sense to you when you go that direction because there's always three elements you follow. One is sight, the second one is aroma, the third one is flavor. So if you keep it in that sequence, then the sequence makes sense to you sensorially down the road. See, I found at the initial pass on the Reposado, the initial nosing, that it was nuttier. But this one was fruitier, like
yeah.
not dry fruit, but ripe fruit.
Ripe fruit. And this is not as confusing as that reposado was for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Reposado was
Well, even the Blanco was really kind of weird. It was strange to try to pin down because in the glass, the Blanco on the same pour after every pass kept getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter, which led me to believe that they're using glycerin, which is okay. It's allowed. Don't get all shook. Don't get all broken up. All right. It's allowed. It's good. They're doing it the right way. It's not like they're dumping a lot of they're within the normas. They're probably using less than what the normas are actually telling them they can use. If they're using them at all. I mean, that's my take on it. On their website, they say it's additive free, and an additive and an aguacante are two separate things, folks, not the same. There's no wording for aguacantes in English except for finishing and polishing. That's pretty traditional in any spirit you get, from scotch to whiskey to wine. Okay.
you know what else I'm getting? Right down in the bottom is sort of like a pear.
Yeah, I believe it. If we got peaches, pear would be good. I
And
think
the peaches are gone.
well, yeah, it starts evolving again. It starts getting deeper. The aromas get deeper and deeper. And it's not cloying. It's definitely the wood notes. It's funny because it's the wood notes I'm getting, they're not bourbon wood notes. They're more whiskey, but it
Mm,
says bourbon. I mean,
yeah,
bourbon whiskey, but two different
yeah.
things, right? You got Kentucky bourbon and you got Tennessee whiskey. Those are the two places you gotta know what the difference is, and the barrels will show you what that is. Wow, this is really nice nose.
It really is.
There's
It
a
really
there's plenty of alcohol too. The
there's
alcohol,
plenty of alcohol.
right? And the alcohol is even much more pronounced than it was in the Blanco or the Reposado. There was very minimal alcohol. This was like really got it there. So it's again not going to singe your eyebrows, but it's presenting the elements of the aromas. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay. Oh, this is just. Let's dive in. Let's dive
Yes,
in. Here we go.
let's do it.
Wow. first pass, but I gotta tell you, to me, that's the star of the show.
It really is.
That's killer. That's I know it's only my first pass, but it's bold, it's hearty, it's balanced. The sweetness is not overtaking the wood notes.
No,
The hot cinnamon is more pronounced than it was in the reposado.
it really is, and it is beautiful.
This is a hell of an añejo.
Mm.
I'm impressed as hell. But from the looks to the aroma, I will say the aromas in the reposado were a little bit more complex. This was a bit
Yeah.
more. This was a bit more one-sided. There's not, there, but it hasn't opened up yet. That's the one thing I'm waiting for it to open up because I'm going to find something else in there, right?
Yeah, because this wasn't the aromas here wasn't surprising. On the reposado, it was a little for me. It was a little surprising.
Yeah,
but this here and the flavor, the finish.
I say I didn't swallow any, so I have to go through my second pass. I
Oh,
want to see how this evolves. I want to see. That's why, folks, we ask people to go from the Blanco to the Repo to the Añejo, because then you understand where the brand owners' heads were, or the master distiller, where their heads are at and what they were going for. Then you understand what the brand owners were going for and what they liked and what they didn't like and how they went about it. You know, okay, I'm gonna go in for my second pass. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, do it. I'm going in for my second pass too.
Wow. This will not disappoint. I say the versatility, where the Repo was food forward, this one's a great nightcap. It's great. I think you could pair it with a dessert, but you got to use it. You got to use a bolder dessert like a tiramisu, okay, or a pecan pie, something with a little bit more structure to it. And you asked me on the reposado, would I pair it with a cigar? I could do that with this.
Yes.
Chocolate. This would be great if you do like dark chocolate.
Chocolate. Yes. Yes.
Yep. This would be great with the chocolate with like some cacao nibs or something. It's got to be over 70% because
you know what this would be good with? Trader Joe's has these chocolate covered pretzels.
Oh yeah, because the salt off the pretzels.
Dark.
Yes, those are my favorite. Stop it! Stop it! Get help! I had to go to Pretzels Anonymous to get that. Stop that!
Oh man!
Yeah, he's right. If you go to Trader Joe's and you get the dark chocolate covered pretzels, you're doomed. You're doomed. This has got this, but you know what?
It's over.
Yeah, it's over. But you could pair this with like some real fruit. Like if you take like a bananas flambe, you do a caramelized bananas. You do
man, you could pour this over a banana split.
A flan. This would be great with a flan. A tiramisu
with chocolate ice cream.
You're so awful. You're bad. Yeah, this is really dessert pairing tequila, or as a nightcap. Maybe you're trying to count calories or whatever. You know what? You do one of these and you're okay.
Oh, this is
yeah,
I'm gonna have to hide this from myself.
That's the one you got to hide from yourself. That's the one that reminds Skip of what he used to like,
Yeah.
And it's not as sweet. It's not,
no,
it's not asombroso sweet. It's not Catador. It's not any of that stuff. This is a solid bold tequila, and that warm fuzzy, that finish.
Yes,
that's a solid finish, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, now it's opening up. Now you know what I'm getting? Leather. I'm getting leather on the top. I'm getting I'm
Yes.
getting
Yeah.
notes of tobacco. See, I told you it was going to open up. You got like apples and pears. I got peaches and plums and apricots at the beginning. See how it evolves, folks? You got to spend time with these tequilas, man.
Yeah. Just let it sit. Come
Yeah,
back
just
to it.
stir, get yourself
Walk
a Glen
away.
Cairn, get yourself a jarrito. Don't use a shot glass. You're gonna miss everything. You're gonna miss it all. Wow, I love the leather notes on this. Now I can light my cigar. Now I can
Yeah.
light the cigar. This is
Oh,
beautiful. This is the star of the show. The if you don't like the Blanco, if you're if you're confused by the Reposado, the Añejo will hook you in. So there you go, man.
oh my God.
Wow.
And it,
Congratulations to that. Now, what was the name of the family? Go ahead and name the family. I'll just give some information.
Gus and Velma Jenkins, Gerald and Annette Jenkins,
They are
and
no slouches. The gentlemen Jenkins have been both executives in separate companies and throughout their lives. This is coming from Tequila Gnome number 1439.
39.
And we've had several tequilas from here. We've had Pochteca, which I've had in the past. We've never done a review on them. We've had Kateri last year, was a brand of promise. You and I did Monita. That was
Yes.
delicious Blanco. Pacheco is one that we've had before. Tequila is one that we've also done, and they only make a Cristalino.
Mm.
So they make pie tequila. Didn't you and I do pie together?
Pie. No.
PI tequila. Okay, we've done pie. So they run the gamut on they're a small to mid-sized distillery. They are a maquiladora, but they've got some really decent brands coming out of there.
Yeah.
Some are flavored, some are, that because that's what they require, because that's who they are, and some are not. And
And this one is this Añejo is the star of this
that's the
show.
bomb. That's the bomb. I I'm sure you'll agree. I mean, all three were nominated as Brands of Promise. Here we go. Officially Brand of Promise nominee in that Añejo category. What if, you know what? I want to talk to these people. I want to try and see if I can't get them on open bar and have them, at least one of them, and to have them tell me, because it's a whole family. It's a husband and wife. It's like two sets of husband and wives, or what, like their in-laws.
I don't know. They didn't send information to let me know what the relationship is. But I know that one is up from Upper Marlboro and one is, I think, from Richmond, California. Um, they both have the same last name. I think it's married couples.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Uh,
Um, and they're, if I may say, they're African American.
you
It's
know, they
it's
they
it
they get it.
makes me proud.
Well, there you go. I mean, I I love the name too, Equanimity. If you look up the definition, and we looked it
Yes.
up online before, because I said, what does that mean? Because it's not a word I use. It's like having a Zen moment. It's calmness. Yeah, I like that. It's like being at one with yourself.
Oh,
I I you can find them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and they're
yeah.
on TikTok. They're on TikTok. We're not on TikTok because we know how much trouble TikTok has been lately. So yeah, go follow these folks. If you know them personally, tell them we're looking for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
uh, do we even know we could find this tequila anywhere? I mean, besides on the Eastern Seaboard?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's I haven't seen it in any of the stores that I go to. Um, but the Añejo, $65.
That's not bad.
No.
They are, right now, folks, if you're not familiar with how to get a tequila onto the market, the tequilas normally take, if you want to, if Skip and I started a brand right now, it would take us anywhere from 2 to 4 years to get on the market, just to get it to the border before we could sell it. And so a lot of this was going on during the agave shortage, where there was the pricing of agave went a little higher, and they came into the market, with a higher price point, which for a good quality tequila, it's not bad. I think their Blanc started at 51. I think, isn't that what you said? 51, I think it was.
No, 45.
Oh, 45. See, they undercut the market. They could have gone higher. I think the Reposado was 51. I think that's what you said.
55 for the Repo.
Yeah, there you go. So, their pricing is a little bit more on the high side, but still manageable. And considering that when they were going through this and bringing it to market, there was an agave shortage. Yeah, that's what the pricing was. Now there's an agave glut, and nobody's going to drop their pricing. We all know that. You're never going to see the price of agave is going to go through the floor, but the pricing of tequila, not going to happen.
Yeah.
We'll be lucky. They want to keep their margins. I don't blame them. But this is a solid tequila. All three expressions were outstanding. And really, again, if you're not spending time with it, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss all the nuances and really beautiful stuff that goes on inside the glass.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
So anyway, that's our take on Equanimity. If you folks have had it, let us know. Leave us a comment. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share it with all your other tequila buddies, especially if you're from the DC, Maryland area. Let everybody know we like it. We probably want it in Southern California.
But what about Richmond? That's half of them are, the other two are in Richmond,
California. And Virginia's, I think, it's a control state, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they're in Maryland.
Well, yeah, but Maryland is where I've heard this is how it works. There is a importer, distributor, or somebody. It's easier to have somebody from Maryland, even though you live in a control state. You can make an item, and from Maryland, you can ship it to other states online. But from a control state point of view, it's very difficult to get a good tequila. I mean, they probably have a problem getting their own tequila into Virginia or West Virginia. I know because Dave Dinius was living in Virginia up until like last year when he moved back to Reno.
Right. Newport News.
Yeah, he kept saying, I can't get tequila here, It was tough to get him samples because he was getting stuff that nobody else in the state could get, except him. So because that's how we roll. In fact, we're based in Ohio. We're an Ohio-based company. Ohio is a control state. We're going to change that. We're looking to do that. But anyway, that's our take. Folks, if you've had it, tell us what you're doing with it, what you're paying for it, where you can get it, and what you're doing with it. Okay, leave us a comment down below, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're still on Pinterest. I'm not sure why, but we're not on TikTok because TikTok is going to go away. Fearless prediction. It's going to go away. But whatever you do, folks, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.